Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. As you can see, I'm already on the bus into town with my book before the coffee gets cold. I read like half the book. It was okay, good. It's raining outside and we're going to Trondheim, and yeah, I'm so excited. I went with my sister and her friend, and firstly we went to this big bookstore called Norley. It was actually like 2 floors and I was so excited to finally step into it. It was gorgeous. There were so many good books. Unfortunately I already had a lot of them. Here I am enjoying my coffee. Even though I have a lot of the books in the bookstore, I still found some goodies, and as you can see here, I'm just looking like an influencer, living my life, looking gorgeous. And then I found the biggest shock of my life. They put the Norwegian copy of Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover on that young adult shelf. Like, what the fuck, who even does that? Also, they priced it like $10, which was like so cheap. Anyways, we moved to a different bookstore called Arc, where they even had like their own English division, which was so huge, and I was so in love. I wished I literally lived there. And then I found this tiny copy of Kingdom of Ash, and it was so adorable. Anyways, they had a lot of school supplies and everything, and I bought a lot of books, and it was gorgeous. I had a really good time. I found a lot of good books, and like, even though it was raining and I was super worried about my books getting ruined, it was such a great day. We even we actually went into that especially, as you just guys saw. And then surprisingly, I found one of these like little free library whatever. I've seen them like all over TikTok. Unfortunately, this one didn't have a lot of books that was in my genre, so very sad. So yeah, that was probably it, you know. I will admit, this video is filmed like a week after what you just saw, because we got home like from the city into the hotel, and then basically I was so tired I went to sleep, and then the next day was Justin Bieber, and then we went home, and then I've just been working the entire week, and I finally got time to sit down and make this video so that I can post it. So yeah, I didn't leave out, but I just forgot like to film from the store. We went to a store called Outland, which is basically just like nerdy geeky heaven. They have lots of like manga, Dungeons and Dragons, lots of like fantasy and sci-fi books, not so much in the romance section. But the main reason I went there was because they're the only bookstore I know in Norway where they sell Katie Roberts books. Like, I do think that some of like the other bookstores have started to get like gotten Neon Gods and Electric Idol, but they don't have all of her other books like Wicked Villain series and everything. So that's the main reason we went there. Turns out the store was like super small. I usually go to the one in the capital in Oslo, which is like huge, and the one in Trondheim was like super small. Like, not super small, but it was quite smaller. So they didn't have any Katie Roberts, which was so sad, because I've been wanting to like buy more of the Wicked Villain series, because I've already read like 2 of them. But anyways, but they also have like a lot of crystals and witchy stuff. So I bought this one. Look how beautiful. It's The Essential Book of Crystals by Emily Anderson. Ooh. She's a bit short, but that's cool. And basically there's just a lot of like info about different crystals and how to charge them, how to meditate with them, how to use them for manifestation, home use, healing, and even divination, which I thought was like so cool. But I've been wanting to like have a book that could like guide me through everything it has to do with crystals. I have like not that many crystals, but I have a few, and I've just been wanting to care them. Anyways, then we went to Norley, which you guys saw, and I got a couple of mini books. The main reason, wait, I'm missing a book. Hang on. Oh. Now, this store was like 2 floors, and I've never seen a Norley store be like 2 floors, so I was like amazed. It was so beautiful. And then like we started like at the bottom floor, and then they had like a small like English table, and then I was like, oh, this is all you got? And then we went upstairs, or well, I went upstairs, and they had so much. I was so happy, as you guys saw. so happy. And I finally found something that made me super duper happy. I love these so much. I haven't read them. Okay, listen to me. I haven't even read them. But I wanted to read like in my own copies. But I've been struggling to find Rule of Wolves in the same size of King of Scars. So I've been like waiting and looking and crying. Not even crying. They're the same one. I'm so happy. So happy. Like here, somewhere there are my Grease Rivers shelf. Just because Leigh Bardugo B is like top of my shelf B, you know. Alphabetical. No, like I read Six of Crows, and then I read Shadow and Bone, because I read Six of Crows at the start of summer last year. Loved it. Saw the show, figured, you know what, I'm just gonna read the Shadow and Bone trilogy. Shadow and Bone was very mid. I don't remember basically anything. I remember a lot. It just wasn't the best book for me. I'm kind of over like the typical main character, she's nobody, oh my god, then she's special, she has to save the world. It's so used up for me. You see it in so many series. So for me, Shadow and Bone was like, no. And then just the entire like series was just like, oh. I ship her with the Darkling in a different world. Like justice for the Darkling. Like he and Elena could have been so much more. I don't like Mal like that much, but I do like Nikolai Lanslov, which is, he's in these books along with Zoya. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. And I'm so excited to know more about them. The only thing I know about these two books is that Zoya and Nikolai are in them, and I think like those are the main characters. But then Kaz and Inej from Six of Crows are in them too. And I think there's like this new character, like Nina, also from the Six of Crows, is in these. And then I think there's supposed to be like a new character, Hannah or something like that. Also, I don't really know. I have no idea what these books are about. I think they're about like Nikolai, because he has like the darkling shadows inside of him or something. I don't know. I basically just seen fan art. But I'm so excited. They're so pretty. They're definitely gonna be a part of my autumn core vibes. So yeah, and they're so pretty, like shiny. I love them. Anyways, and then because I've been watching, like, not often. I don't watch YouTube a lot. I don't know. I don't have the concentration, but when I do, I binge. And recently I watched a lot of like Larry Reed's books, like Larry Reed's videos, and I saw she recommending this one, which I've also seen like all over like my TikTok and people on Snapchat talking about it. And it's it's Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score. She's pretty, she's shiny along like, and there's even like gold on the flowers. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you can a bit. Which I adore. And this is about bearded bad boy barber Knox prefers to live his life the way he always takes his coffee, alone. Dun, dun, dun. So we have a broody male main character, and he has a dog. His dog's name is Wylan. Oh, that's so cute. Knox doesn't tolerate drama. Oh my god. Even when it comes in the form of a stranded runaway bride? Rachel Green, hello? Oh, Naomi wasn't just running away from her wedding. She was riding to the rescue of her estranged twin in Naka, Virginia. Okay. Ooh. I didn't even read on the back of this when I bought it. I was just like, oh, I seen that one. Let me just snatch it and buy it. Besides, it was cheap. Okay, so apparently Naomi, the runaway bride or something, she comes to aid her sister, and then her sister just like leaves her with this, like, she's like, hey, I have a baby, and then she leaves her sister with the baby, and then the main character, Naomi, and Knox sort of fall in love and take care of the baby together, I guess. Something like that. I'm excited because I've heard of Knox. He's supposed to be, woof, you know? So this, excited. Anyways, and then, lastly but not least, I got a book that I've been looking for. Because, okay, so I live in Norway, and in Norwegian bookstores, there hasn't been a lot of, like, English selection. Because apparently, we're Norwegian, we're not supposed to, I don't know. But recently, because of, like, book talk and everything, and, like, books blowing up and becoming more mainstream and, like, certain types of books, they've started to get a lot of Mariana Zapata's books. Beautiful. So fun. Look. I'm in love. This is all roads lead here by Mariana Zapata. And basically, the main character, Aurora, like, she moves back to where, like, she grew up, and, like, starting your whole life over. Oh, wait. Yeah. Okay, so she moves back home to, like, a small mountain townies, blah blah blah, and then her new landlord across the driveway. Oof. Okay, I have no idea what this is about, but Mariana Zapata is, like, the queen of slow burn, so I know I'm gonna be struggling until, like, this, until they actually kiss. And I'm not complaining. I love a good slow burn. Yeah, I think the only fast-paced romance I've ever read that I actually enjoyed was Dance of Thieves by Mary E. Person. Other than that, I hate fast romance. Maybe just because I feel unlovable. Moving on. So yeah, I'm excited for this one. It's I read because she wrote The Wall of Winnipeg and Me, and I read that on my Kindle. I thought it was, like, so long, and I was like, oh my god, am I done soon? But at the same time, I was like, I need more of this, I need more. Loved it. Haven't had the time to buy the book. This was so expensive. Like, this was like $14, and this was like 27. Hello? Why are you so expensive? That's because these are specially imported from America, because I think Mariana Zapata self-publishes, while this is, like, published through Hotter, a publishing company. Anyways, but yeah, I'm so excited for this one. Okay. Oh, I like the, like, the writing, like, the font. That's beautiful. So cute. Anyways, so since it's a week since I bought all these books, these are, like, that's not all the books, I have some more, but since it's a week, I've already, like, read one of them, because I was such in a hurry. It's so pretty. I've already read her, so she's kind of, like, sort of creased, sort of used. But that's because, like, I started reading, like, the Twisted series this month, and I devoured them. Like, I did not think I was gonna like them. Like, I thought I was gonna be like, oh yeah, I like them, okay. But I devoured these bitches. Like, hello? They were so good. Like, I felt like they got better for, like, each book that went. Like, Twisted Love was like, I didn't really like Alex, but then Twisted Games came out, or I read Twisted Games, and then I was like, ooh, I like this better than the first one, but I didn't like the plot of the book, like how this, all of, like, the time jumping, and I didn't like how much it reminded me of Princess Diaries 2. And then the third book came out. When I read the third book, like Twisted Hate, I loved Josh and Jules because they reminded me, like, so much of myself. But then that freaking one time Josh went like, and it was so cruel, you know, so mean. Dang, I hated him. Like, I loved him, but at that moment, I hated him. And then Twisted Lies came around, and actually, this one actually came out, okay? And they finally got it in Norway, and, you know, I've been looking all over for it. Finally found it. We had to go to, like, 2 different bookstores to actually find this one, because this was the book I was looking for, not all of these bitches. So yeah, if you don't know, the Twisted series is a 4 books long series, about these 4 girls who were friends, like became friends during college, and then like each book follows like them falling in love with another guy. It's set after college though. You know, they went to college together, and then in the first book, like, they're at the end of college and, like, graduating and stuff like that. But yeah, so this is about Christian and Stella. Christian is Christian Harper. He's the CEO of Harper Security, his own security firm. And then Stella is a influencer, I guess, fashion blogger, and she lives in his building, because he owns a building. She lives in it. Not me forgetting the entire plot. She lives in his building, and for some reason she's getting like major discounts because she lives in like this almost penthouse apartment, but it's not a penthouse apartment, which should cost her like a lot of money. And she used to share it with Jules, the girl from the 3rd book, but then Jules moved out. So she's alone, and still he lowered the rent only for her, as long as she's like watering her plants. Like watering his plants. Okay, pretty privilege. But then hang on, there's a freaking fly everywhere. Okay, I'm saying I'm looking pretty. Anyways, and then since she's like a beauty and fashion influencer, she gets targeted from like this stalker, and since he's the CEO of his own security company, he protects her, and then still the people like manage to like break into her apartment, so he's like, you're moving in with me now, because he's so cold and you know. And she, I don't know, she moves in with him, and then blah blah blah. I will say the anxiety rep in this, so freaking good, okay? Let me tell y'all, because I struggle sometimes with anxiety, and the way they, if you read this book, you know that one scene where she finds out that the stalker has gotten into her apartment, she has an anxiety attack, she's like crumbles under a table, and you hear like Christian like banging the door and be like, grrr, you know? And then while she's under there, I loved it, because they were like, I'm lying under the table, I'm having an anxiety attack, I'm having a panic attack, you know? She had missed herself, like she's having an anxiety attack, and then she'd be like, la la la, I wonder if this and this. Because when you're in an anxiety attack, you just feel so stupid, because your body will be like full on panicking and be like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And then in your brain you're like, I wonder whether or not that would be pretty. That would be funny. Haha, what if they're actually wrong? You know. Anyways, I love the anxiety rap. It was so good. I love this book. Probably my best in the series. I will say, like the first 3, I don't know, maybe I just went into like the series with different expectations, because the way they didn't revolve around them living around campus, because that's what sold me. You're like 4 friends, college, and then they work, but then they all move to different places and stuff like that. Anyways, still good, 5 stars. I read it on like my train ride home. And so I bought this at ARC, and ARC always has like 3 for 2 on all of English books, at least English Pocket, which is lovely for me. Like normally their books cost like $16, and so I buy, so instead of like I'll buy 1 and then maybe 2, and then since they always have 3 for 2, I always end up buying 3 books. But I finally found somebody that I've been looking all over for. Look at This is Lola and the Boy Next Door, and Isla and the Happily Ever After. Both are by Stephanie Perkins. These are two last books in a trilogy, and I love this trilogy. It's very PG-13. It's YA. It's romance. So Lola and the Boy Next Door is about Lola, obviously, lives in this house and then she used to have a boy next door, but then they moved, and then they moved back again a couple of years later, and he's a smoke show, and like there's so much drama because they used to be besties, and she used to be besties with his twin too, his twin, yeah, and then she's like, why'd you leave? Why didn't... Oh, there's so much angst and teenage stuff and drama, and I devoured these books when I was younger, and I have them in Norwegian on my shelf, like, hang on, right there, but now I have them in English so I can annotate them and share them online because these are my babies. And this is so good. And also, like, Lola, she loves like making costumes and everything and dressing up, and then the Boy Next Door, Cricket, he's a fashion icon, he's so beautiful, and then Cricket's twin, Calliope, she's like an ice skater queen, whatever, she's like, anyways, this looks nice. And then you have Isla and the Happily Ever After, which is about Isla. She's a native New Yorker, but she goes on boarding school in France, in Paris, where she likes this boy named Josh. Not gonna lie, this is also sort of like fast-paced, like, romance. I totally forgot about that word. Anyways, she has this, and then she likes this guy, and then finally she admits that she actually likes him, and they end up, but then something happened, and because he's like a trouble kid, or not really a trouble kid, he likes to draw and like making graphic novels, and then his dad is a diplomat, and then his dad pulls him out of school or something, and he has to go back to like New York or something. I don't really remember, but it's a great book. Okay, it's a great book. Yeah, I also love this book because it has both. I think she's Desi, I think. I don't remember right now. No, that's his ex-girlfriend. Anyways, great book. Now the thing is, even if you might not recognize these books, I can guarantee you, and you better bitches, recognize this. Anna and the French Kiss. Appreciate the beauty. Whew, so pretty. So, obviously, this is the first book in this trilogy. I bought this like a couple of months ago because it was the only one they had in like the bookstore in my store, in my town. And when I finally found these, I was so happy, but I was also so nervous because I didn't have this one with me. Because, what if? Because they fit, okay? They're all the same height, okay? Do you understand how happy this makes me? Do you? Okay? I was so nervous that they weren't gonna match, but they do. Anyways, Anna and the French Kiss. I didn't buy this. Like, I've had this for like a while, but I need to talk about it. This is about Anna. She goes to boarding school in Paris, shockingly. She's from like, I don't know, some stupid American town. She goes to boarding school in Paris, and the same school as Isla goes on. And she meets this guy, Etienne St. Clair, who we just call St. Clair though. And he becomes her best friend. But he has a girlfriend. And then there's a lot of like teenage drama, blah blah blah. He's French. I just love this book. It made me like want to take French in school, which I also did, because I'm a material girl. But this is like one of my top 3 trilogies. So happy I got this. That is the end of this video. I feel like it ended really bad. Anyways, I love Anne and the French Kiss. It's a book that like shaped my childhood. So I will hear no criticism about it. Now, look, so many books. Hang on, I'm just gonna... Gorgeous, right? So that's what 1.5 hours of book shopping does to me. I spend a lot of money. I do not regret it. These have been books I'm really excited for. So yeah. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you don't already, follow my socials. I am very active on Snapchat and everything. If you just add me, I'll add you to my book story, and I love chatting up with people. I love talking about books. I spam that story with so many bookish content stuff, and you'll get daily updates from me on what I'm reading and etc. Also, I'm really cool, and also, like, if you want to, you can follow like my other socials, like Instagram and stuff like that. But I think if you want to know more about my bookish content, Snapchat is the way to go. Anyways, thank you so much for watching my video, and I hope you have a good, nice day, evening, morning, night, whenever or wherever you are, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!